Good morning. I found that the EITR theme music was still on my phone from when I held it previously.
We have theme
And
music?
and and now we are in the room together, and I will put the phone down so we can not have so much music, but have more conversations.
I like it.
And last week, I understand, Dr.
Not very
McFoxy,
catchy.
we were to be thinking about questions. So
Yes.
as we enter this session, I say welcome because that was what was on my script to say. So, Dr. McFoxy.
Well, thank you so much. Um, Welcome here to everyone. It is so good to see all of you creatures here again
Thank you.
with us. Um, we had a very interesting time last time, and I'm looking forward to connecting with each of you again as a community. I do notice that Dr. Wally is not here with us. Ernie, I know that you live with Dr. Wally. Is he okay?
Yeah, well, things I didn't get to be on much last week because
No.
he talks a lot. Have you noticed?
Oh, yes.
I'm glad I don't talk as much as he does.
No.
No, I'm actually kind of, shy and withdrawn compared to Wally. But, that's the problem. And this week they opened up the zoo, even though, whatever the people are having is really, really bad, but they opened it up for a children's hospital. And they had the kids come one by one and they got to look at all the animals and we got to entertain them. And I was waving my trunk and I was blowing water and they loved it and they would laugh. And it was really, really nice. But then Wally flew in and he started calling them all kinds of names.
Oh.
He started making fun of them and calling them names. And I said, Wally, you can't do that. He said, I'm not doing it. It's other birds. I said, no, Wally, there are no other birds because it has to be other birds. They're paid to say that. And I said, Wally, you're the only bird here. But he's like, nope, it's not me. It's other birds. So, but there's no birds in our zoo. So, and they didn't even know Wally was like, he said, he was just a random bird that flew in because he's not an exhibit. So anyway, they came for him and they were going to capture him and he flew away. And now I'm sad. He's not very nice, but still, he's my friend. I'm trying to make him my friend. That's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to be friends with everybody, even if they're jerks.
Well, this Wally, he can be a jerk to you, Ernie.
He
Oh,
can.
yes.
It's very nice of you to try to be his friend. And you should just know that you're doing a good job, even though he's not very nice. That's not for you to take. It's all him. Okay.
It's hard when you're trying to be fun and you're trying to make people happy, and he's just there trying to cause all kinds of problems.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
overturn the zoo. That's what he wanted to do. He said, I'm going to throw this zoo over. And he's just laughing and mocking everyone. And he wasn't nice.
Instead of the kindly cockatoo, it sounds like he's more like chaos cockatoo.
He was chaos cockatoo, but he says he's innocent. He says he didn't do anything.
Well, of course he does, because he can talk and he lies through his beak. And
I know. I said that. I said, but you're the only bird that talks. You're the only one. He goes, no, there's other birds making fun of them. And I'm like, where are they? He goes, oh, they're disguised as me.
They're disguised as him.
Yeah.
He He makes no sense. His lies are so
His-
stupid.
Well,
That
he,
doesn't make any sense.
believe it.
It
maybe he
completely-
understands other birds and he hears, he think, I don't know.
He
He's,
doesn't listen to
he's
other
not
birds.
very happy. And when you're not very happy, sometimes
No.
you say things that are mean.
I don't
Yes.
know where he went, but anyway, I don't know if he'll be back or not.
This is a good question. I have a good question now, Dr. McFoxy.
Yes.
If we, these people I live with, some guy, the biggest guy, he says, oh, the voices in my head are telling me to do this. And I think, wow, voices are in his head. And so I think, well, do I have voices in my head or is it just me? So now you're talking about Dr. Wally. So his bird voices are in his head. Does everybody have voices in their head?
Is Wally a figment of my own imagination?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
good.
no.
Because I'd
I
hate
would-
that to be my imagination.
No, because you can't see the voices in your head.
No.
True.
And we see
Oh.
Wally.
We have all experienced Wally.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, good. I
Yes.
didn't want. I wanted to make sure it just wasn't like it wasn't because he said he wasn't even here, so it confuses me because he always like says what I see and what I hear isn't real.
Well, because he's crazy, not you. Don't worry
Okay.
about this.
Hey, Mr. Bruce, if you don't jump in, you're not going to get a turn because nobody will call on you.
Bruce, why don't you?
I'm glad Wally isn't here because he would just interrupt everyone. He
That's-
just interrupts all the time.
Ernie.
Bernie, why don't we let Bruce talk?
Okay, I won't interrupt then. I won't.
You're
do that.
interrupting right now, Ernie.
I'm not. I'm
Bruce,
not
why
going
don't you
to.
You are a little
But I.
bit.
But I
Bruce.
won't.
Can we all
I-
just let Bruce speak?
I promise not to interrupt.
Okay, thank you.
I won't.
I got this job and it was with a microphone and it was like over an intercom system. So when it was your turn to come into the room, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be seen. And so that's why somebody said, it's the voice of God. And that's where I just did a VOG. And then a few weeks later, we finally decided that I should be seen. And so you're talking about voices that are seen, and now that you can see me because I turned my camera on, and it's a lot more fun. So I'm glad I turned my camera on, and I'm glad you said I'm a part of the group. It makes me feel good. And as
I thought-
a zonkey, I don't have a lot of friends because I don't fit in one group or the other, and I'm somewhere in between. And so that's where that wasn't my question, but that was my response to
I
Ernie.
thought I was going crazy when I
Very
heard
cool.
your voice. I
Very
thought God was telling me to do things.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, let's just go back to Simone's question for a moment. I think that we all have a conversation that we have with ourselves inside our own heads. And some people call it an internal monologue, and some people call it an internal dialogue, but we all communicate with ourselves, right?
I agree.
And Dr. Wally, he communicates with himself too. We don't know exactly what he communicates.
I
but-
think the problem for him is he has too many voices in his head.
Well, let's be careful about,
just his
putting
own.
things on Dr. Wally that
Well-
when he's not here.
Well,
Let's
you
pick
might
up
not
with
like it, but I
kinds of
think
things
it's
when
I
he's
can
back.
judge him because he's my best friend. Well, he's not my best. Simone's my best friend. Yes.
Yeah, what happened there?
Okay.
Dr. Wally is not your best friend.
No, but he's with me all the time. So isn't that the meaning of best friend?
Oh, is the female elephant your best friend? She's always there.
No.
Yeah.
Well, let's-
So
let's
this is
move
what
on.
I'm
No,
saying.
no, no.
Let's move on. Simone, I think that you were the last one to ask a question. Why don't you choose the next participant to ask?
Okay, I would like to hear from Sparky what question she might have for everybody. Because she's kind of quiet. You have to ask her stuff,
You
or
do.
else she's quiet there.
Oh, yeah.
Dragons are quiet. Quiet.
If I say too many things at home, my dad yells at me. So,
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
so
no good.
I heard this word the other day and I want to know what it means. What does it mean to be vegan?
Oh,
I think I'm one. I think I am.
Where did you
It means to be an elephant?
what?
I
No,
think
no,
it
actually,
does. I think an elephant. Yes, it does. It means that. Are you a vegan?
I don't know what it is yet.
Well,
well,
it
you
means
see,
to-
actually, if I may, it refers to the dietary habits of an individual. Now, most of us within this group, as the creatures that we have a certain set of dietary habits that we just by nature follow. For example, as a giraffe, I eat plants, vegetation, that sort of thing. I do not consume meat, just as my nature. And Ernie, I believe, as an elephant, you are the same. Yes,
so
if I'm
you're
not
an
mistaken.
elephant too?
No. It's a little different than that. It's just the area of what we consume. Now, for example, Simone, you consume meat, if
Oh,
I'm not
yes.
mistaken.
I do
Yes.
like this chicken
So-
and fish and all this meat. Yeah, it's very good.
Yes.
You should try this.
But
Well,
would you eat
very good.
elephant or would you eat elephant or giraffe?
Oh no, it's not unless it was chopped up real small.
Would you eat fox?
It
I don't
would be a bit of a
know.
challenge.
Nobody
wouldn't
has
it?
ever chopped up
Yes.
real small for me.
I bet you would eat a monkey.
And,
Well,
and
he's
so,
kind of irritating, but I don't eat him.
And so, getting back to Sparky's question, each of these individuals have a certain a name or title that they go by. Those that only eat meat are called carnivores, you say,
Yeah, that's
like
me.
lions and like that. And then
Yeah,
those that only eat plant matter are generally referred to as herbivores. Or in some human circles, they are referred to as vegetarians, only eating the vegetables and the plant matter. But there are those that go even further, because some vegetarians will consume foodstuffs that are on the borderline. For example, milk. Milk is considered by some to be
delicacy.
of a dare I say, carnivorous nature. And so a vegan is one that goes to the furthest extreme when refraining from consuming things such as eggs or milk, things that the humans often refer to as dairy. And so the story goes that the dairy is something that they avoid, the vegans will avoid. And so the legend, dare I say, wait for it, is dairy. Oh!
Legendary.
No.
Okay, I get
No.
this. That's terrible.
I don't.
Wasn't
even
very funny, but
understand it.
okay.
Well,
That was like a Wally joke.
it was something I heard. Here at the zoo.
Sparky.
Sorry, I just thought I'd throw that.
I can
Why
tell
would
you-
anybody eat an egg? That's terrible.
Oh, it's
Oh,
really quite tasty.
No, scrambled eggs are good. I don't know why you're not liking. Not
And you
dragon
see-
eggs,
But-
chicken eggs.
But
My
Simone,
brother came out of an egg.
Not dragon eggs. Different kind of. Everybody has different
wait.
kind of eggs.
so
Birdie eggs are different than dragon eggs.
So that's like eating babies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, they're delicious. I don't know.
Possibly.
I bet.
I mean, I don't know, Dr. McFoxy, I don't know how much time we've got to go in
Let's
great.
go on. I think this might be a divisive
Yes.
subject. Just
Do you eat? Do you eat creatures, Dr. McFoxy?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Do you eat creatures?
Yes.
So
I hear
you,
she says she's going to come and
how do you
scare
help
me.
creatures if
Foxes eat mouses and things.
It's all
Yes.
about good boundaries.
what if they
I think
need
some
your
creatures-
help? If they need your help and you eat them,
I promise you that if you are getting my help, I will never eat you. Like, for instance, I'm sure Dr. Wally is very tasty,
Mhm.
but
He's chicken.
I promise I will never eat him. The same would be true of Simone.
Oh, that's good.
I wouldn't eat
I
any
wouldn't
of you,
eat Simone
promise.
either.
Move on. Let's move on. Sparky, why don't you choose the next participant to ask a question?
Hey, Mr. Monty, why don't you pick one?
Oh,
Pick one what?
Don't
What-
tell a monkey to pick something.
A
You don't know
question to
what's gonna
ask.
He
come.
doesn't know.
No, don't pick your nose, pick a question.
Um,
I heard that
No,
one
he
at
has
school.
to ask the question. What is this now? Oh goodness.
it's, Dr. Foxy suggested I breathe into something when all you animals bother me. And this is my breathing apparatus to calm me down.
Is
Because
it a whistle?
no, it's
It looks like a sack of some kind.
Oh, it
it's an
doesn't make
offering.
sound.
It's an offering sack, and I keep my peanuts in it. But don't make me breathe into it or
But
blow
can
it
you
like a
blow
horn
it?
because I love you people. I really I forget, what are we talking about? They
Is
can
your flute in there? Is your little thing in there?
Oh, no. Let's
no little
if I
thing,
may.
okay?
if I
Please.
may,
yes,
Uh,
Reginald, please.
in an attempt to perhaps diffuse the situation, my question for today has actually been hinted at a number of times. The topic has been touched upon a number of times already this session. Because
Dr. Foxy eating patients? Is that?
no.
Oh.
My question for discussion was going to be the age-old philosophical point: nature versus nurture. Whether we are who we are because of who we are, or we are who we are because of how we have been brought up, our circumstances, our surroundings.
How could I be different than what I am?
Well, it's like this. At my house where I live, they have certain things I cannot do, which I by nature should do, like climbing these curtains. That's normal for cats. And there's, like doing these things here where I'm not in a box of stuffs, when I gotta go to the potty. But I have to do this here because that's how they do in their house. So I don't know how nurturing this house is, but I do like the one lady. But the nature for me is more like when I'm outside and I can do my own thing, and that's how I be who I am. But I found myself outside going, I wish there was some curtains here I could climb, but they were all inside.
So if I'm not in Africa, I'm not really an elephant?
No, you're just a different elephant because you're here than if you would have been if you were in Africa.
Because I'm in
like you
America.
have different rules.
I
to
don't
live
think
by.
elephants are indigenous to Oakland.
That's a very big word. Do you know what this word means?
Excellent word.
Yes, I think that one way to talk about this would be to use an example from perhaps last week. For instance, Monty, I hope it's okay if I use your. Is that okay? Yes.
You
So,
go with
Monty,
it, girl.
Don't
really,
talk about Monty.
really wants to get along with everyone. Right?
Does he?
And he really wants relationship. He really wants joy. But the circumstances that he had last time, that he talked about, being attacked and being shaved against his will, that changed how he interacted with people and with creatures.
It
And
made him
with
more angry.
and it made him more stressed, which kind of produces feelings of anger, right? And so otherwise you're nodding your head, Monty. Would you say that that's correct?
You're right on, doctor. I love what you're saying, and I really want to get along with everybody. Some people have been, or not peoples, some
Creatures.
animals, creatures, whatever we call ourselves, kind of treat me like I'm dirt, and I'm sort of, I want to get along with people, but I'm a howling monkey. That's what we do. So I've really tried to reduce my howling, and breathe into my bag that you gave me. I don't have my pipe anymore, so I'm not going to yell at anybody. I just have my bag to breathe into.
Well, Mr. Monty, can I make some suggestion that
Anything.
even though these cats that where you live were very mean to you, that is not how all cats. I happen to be very nice cat, except for to the girl who whacked me off the table. Her I'm not nice to, but everybody else I am very nice.
Wait, Simone. I know you pretty well, and
Yeah.
if there was a monkey here, you're telling me you wouldn't claw out his fur?
No, of course not. Monkeys don't normally bother me.
Oh,
I give
they
you
don't
belly
bother-
rubs
yeah.
and bring you mices.
but we're talking about nurturing is like what your mom told you? Because my mom, when I was little, said, stay away from the monkeys because, what was it? She said, monkeys be crazy.
Well, and I think that's part of what Monty was talking about, if I understand him correctly, is that there is a perception that people have about who he is based on, based on rumors.
Well,
Yeah.
if he's a howling monkey, he should howl.
But why
Sound
not?
or howl over the rooftops of the world.
But he can't howl in here. It's too loud in here. He has to howl outside. Those are his rules.
You know what? And perhaps, Monty, how about if you were to howl, but just use your inside howl?
Oh, well,
That's better.
If I were a howling elephant, I would probably howl.
Well, you trumpet when you want
Bring
to
it on.
trumpet.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
kind of like a howl.
We
Yeah.
all, we all got our thing. We all got our thing, and we got to do it because that's who we are. That's the whole the what you call the nature part of it. Howling monkey. He's got a howl.
What do you do, Donnie? What do you make noises?
I bray. I bray usually. That's the kind of sound that I normally make. What the humans like to call hee haw. But that's usually what it is.
Wait, is bray like pray?
No. It's different. It's different. Yeah. But talking about nature, they say that donkeys are stubborn, and they that's what they say. That's what they say about us. And then to an extent, it's kind of true. It's part of our nature. But like Ernie, like what you were saying before about your mother, and then the whole nurture thing, that's kind of where that comes from. We get told what we need to do, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, all that kind of thing, and whether or not we follow it, kind of determines who we are. It kind of puts out in front of everyone who we are.
My mom always tells me to yell outside.
Well, there you
She
go.
doesn't like you make a noise in the cave.
How does
Oh,
your
she
yell
says
sound? How
My
does
roar
your-
is too loud.
I want to hear your yell.
Echoes in my cave.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Monty, what other participant would you like to choose next to ask a question?
I never know if it's the voice of God or if it's
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he going to tell us what to do?
Your microphone is off, Bruce.
No, this is Bruce. This is Bruce, and my camera's on, so you can hear me. I had my question was really simple, and it was red or green, because apples sometimes they come in red and sometimes they come in green, and grapes sometimes they come red and sometimes they come green, and I guess I just what that was the question I had.
So why is Christmas? Red
What
and
is
green.
that?
I
No,
don't
he's
eat-
saying,
I don't-
do you
I
like
don't eat-
green or do you like red? I
I
like green
looked out over
because my
Christmas.
eyes are so green.
Red,
It was all red
like
and
fire.
green all over the hill. When I looked out over Christmas, it was red and green. I don't know if they were apples or grapes, but they
Ooh.
shined.
Well, you know,
They
I
were
got to tell you,
nice.
apples is one of those what you call them treats that I don't get all that often. But man, when I do, oh boy, when I do, oh,
like
good
the
stuff,
red ones?
really good stuff.
I like
And
the red ones. They're sweeter.
I like the
sometimes.
green.
Do
The
ya?
green ones are the better ones as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
I
I
I
know
don't
never
eat
noticed.
apples.
Wait,
Apples,
people
no
like both,
good.
you know, but for me, it's the green. I go with the green
No
because, you know, it's got a kick. And to be honest, as a donkey, I'm kind of partial to kicks. So, you know, I go with the green. I go with the green.
That's
Aren't-
funny because you kicking. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Marty, have you ever had a grape?
Yeah, I love grapes and green apples and papayas.
I don't know what a papaya is.
Me neither. I don't have
fruit that
papayas.
grows
Do they
down
come?
the
Are
street
they
from
green
me.
or are they red?
No, boy, they're kind of orange, but they're really yummy.
Orange.
I haven't
food.
had a well, what was it?
Your
papaya.
You have to eat
Papaya.
papayas. I'll send y'all papayas this week.
I
Ah,
don't want no papaya. I don't eat papaya. You
Well,
can keep this.
I have a
I
But then you could give it to the people and maybe they would be nicer to you.
Oh,
Right.
maybe.
I-
Okay.
I have mice.
we just have a few more minutes. So,
I
Doctor,
think
should I
I'm colorblind.
should I give somebody else a turn?
Yes, please do, Bruce.
Who's left? Who hasn't had a turn to talk about their
I-
question?
Donnie ask a question.
I don't think that Donnie has asked a
I
question.
did indeed.
oh, right. Oh,
He answered them, but he didn't ask one.
He answered
Exactly.
this
Yeah,
question
thank-
from Reggie, but he didn't ask one.
Thank you, Sparky.
Oh,
Yeah,
you've been
that's
in the room.
I just got so caught up. You know, the conversation was just so exciting. I got so caught up with it all. I didn't even notice. I didn't have a question that I asked yet. But to be blunt, Doc, if I may, this whole discussion has been really good. It's been really good. And I gotta say, one of my fears coming into this was the fact that one particular participant who is conspicuous by his absence today, if I may put it so cryptically. I was a little on the nervous side that maybe I would say something or imply something or just flat out make an accusation to his beak that he was not doing what he should be doing.
But he's
So
told me-
it's been very enjoyable. This whole session has been very enjoyable to me.
But Wally said to me he never said those things.
He
That-
did.
Well,
he did.
Wally
Never
bends the truth really hard.
But
I
he
was going to
said
say,
that there's no evidence he ever said anything bad.
Ernie,
Well-
Ernie, if please, you were not here for this particular event. And it's because you were not here that this particular event comes up. Because that one time when he had you, locked up or chained up or something up over outside of the room there, he told us that you weren't here by your own choice. I mean, and then, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And
So
so,
anyway-
Wait, you're saying that Wally might lie to me?
Yes.
now I'm not saying that Wally might lie to you. I am saying Wally
Wally
will lie
does lie
to you. To all
If
of
his
us.
beak
He does.
is
He
open,
does.
he is lying.
does.
He told me he is the most honest bird of all birds.
Boom.
You
right
have
there.
fallen for
Right there.
this lies.
He said-
That's
Wally-
the
Well,
biggest
you know
lie.
what? And in Wally's mind, he might believe it.
He says
But-
he's the most honest
To the
bird in
rest,
Oakland.
I don't think he knows what truth
Wally's
is.
perception is.
No, he
Let's
is
move
so
on
far
because we
from
don't
reality.
We
very
do not
funny.
have a lot of time left. And so, Donnie, what is your question?
Oh, right. Question. Okay. sorry. I got carried away. My question is one of those deeply philosophical ones because the farmers had absolutely nothing to do in the last couple of months here, and so he just kind of hangs around reading books and talking about stuff. And he was reading this one book the other day that brought up a point. It brought up a point And the point was, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Now, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure I go along with that. But still, it was in a book, and so, you know, it might be important. It might not be important. I don't know. But I just thought I'd bring it up.
On this. Are people animals?
Yes,
Of a creature.
they are.
But the people, when I speak, they think I'm screaming. So
Well, they don't speak elephant. They only speak the one language sometimes.
is that what it is? Is why they tie
they're
me up?
Oh yeah, they're limited. They are so limited. They really are. Because
Well,
in the barnyard, myself, the chickens, the ducks, the cows, the horses, we all talk to each other. We know what we're talking
I
about.
have a question. I have a question, Donnie. If all animals are equal, would you say that Wally is as equal as the rest of us?
Well, Doc, I got to say, picking up on Reginald's question about nature versus nurture, I would say that at square one, from the beginning, when it all starts out, yeah, everybody is equal. I would say yes. It's what we do. It's where we go. It's how we act. It's how, the path that we choose to take. That kind of, the whole nurture part, that kind of sets the tone as to how equal more so than others as we go down the line, if you know what I mean, if you follow me.
The thing is, Sparky, you probably are seeing this happen in your household with your little brother.
Oh.
Right? As he's being raised.
He was born and he was just crying little baby dragon. And then he tries stuff, and sometimes it's dangerous and sometimes it's naughty. And then mommy and daddy help him to make better choices.
Yeah.
I just think Dr. Wally didn't have no nurture. This is why he's naughty.
Tells me that he
and
he's better than all of us. And
if Wally did not have any nurture, and I, that's something that we'd have to ask him.
The guy who lived with wasn't nice to him.
But if that would be the case, I think that perhaps trying to have as much compassion as we can for him, while still not tolerating abusive behavior or disrespectful behavior, right?
What's abusive?
We need compassion.
Being mean.
I want to know if I've been abused.
Well, that's
a couple of times when he locked you up against your will. Yes,
that was abuse. He told me that was a kindness.
Dr. McFoxy, I'm afraid that our time in this session is coming to a conclusion.
It always ends so quickly.
But Wally is the superior.
Last question we had was to have one question per creature. Would that be a possibility for next week's session again?
Well, what do the rest of you think? Is that something that you would like?
I didn't get a question.
Thumbs up, thumbs sideways, and thumbs down.
It didn't even feel like I was in the room this week. I didn't even get a question.
No, you started out, your question you gave to Wally, unfortunately. But maybe next time you don't have to talk about him so much.
But he wants me to talk about him all the time because he's...
No, we can ignore him.
I can ignore him?
And then we'll talk about you.
Yeah, Ernie, you don't get as many turns if you talk about somebody else the whole time.
I don't have to think about Wally anymore?
No.
He told me I have to.
No,
well, we're telling you don't.
Ernie, I think it's your opportunity next week to start the session with one question.
So I could be in the room again.
I think that would,
welcome.
That would be very nice. Dr. McFarksey, thank you for helping us all. And I'm glad that we were able to hear the music. Can you hear the music a little bit? Is it nice? I like it.
Jazzy.
I like the monkeys. He's got fun
jazzy
moves, and I'm not sure what that was.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well,
He's
I'm
doing
supposed to
this.
turn off the thing on my piece of paper says it's time to turn it off.
I
So
want to know more about jazz.
will we
Maybe
see
that could be
each
a
other
question.
next week? And again, we'd all like to say thanks to Mr. Bob Audience because his joining us means a lot, and he seems to smile and do a lot of